Today I'll be reading A Bird Came Down the Walk by Emily Dickinson. Before I read, I want to try to make a guess on what this poem is about. Looks like it may be about a bird, maybe someone watching a bird walk. I don't know, so let's find out. A bird came down the walk, he did not know I saw. He bit an angleworm in halves and ate the fellow raw. And then he drank a dew from a convenient grass, and then hopped sideways to the wall to let a beetle pass. He glanced with rapid eyes that hurried all abroad. They looked like frightened beads, I thought. He stirred his velvet head. Like one in danger, cautious, I offered him a crumb, and he unrolled his feathers and rowed him softer home. Then oars divide the ocean, too silver for a seam, or butterflies off banks of noon leap plashless as they swim. Okay, so before I start answering the questions, I need to ask myself, what was the poem about? Well, looks like someone was watching a bird, and the bird was afraid of the human watching. I think that's about right. So number 1, what is the speaker watching throughout this poem? Well, let's do process of elimination. I don't think the author talked about a leaf. Let's go back and look. A bird came down the walk. He did not know what I saw. So it looks like he was watching a bird. Is bird one of my options? Yes. So I'll choose D as my option. This poem uses rhyme in many places. What are 2 lines of the poem that rhyme? Alright, by process of elimination, let's see. Lines 1 and 3. Well, let me go look at 1 and 3. This will be 1, 2, 3. A bird came down the walk. He did not know what I saw. He bit an angleworm in halves. I don't think that rhymes. Lines 2 and 3? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. He did not know what I saw. He bit an angleworm in halves. No, that doesn't sound right either. It doesn't rhyme. Lines 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He did not know I saw and ate the fellow raw. Saw and raw definitely rhymes. Well, before I make a for sure guess, let's make sure. Lines 3 and 4 doesn't rhyme either. 1, 2, 3, 4. He bit an angleworm in halves and ate the fellow raw. Nah, so C is my correct answer. It says, number 3, read lines 9 through 13 of the poem. Based on this evidence, what can you conclude about how the bird is feeling? Lines 9 through 13. Well, if it says 10 right here, I know that 9 must be right here. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, he glanced with rapid eyes that hurried all abroad. They looked like frightened beads, I thought. He stirred his velvet head like one in danger, cautious. So let's see. A says the bird feels nervous and scared. Okay, that kind of makes sense because the author did say he glanced with rapid eyes, and if you're nervous, you tend to move your eyes back and forth really quick. So that may be the right answer. Let's check B. The bird feels bored and restless. The text didn't give any indication of that. The bird feels proud and strong. That doesn't make sense either, because he did say they look like frightened beads. So I think he's describing his eyes. And if you're frightened, you won't be proud or strong or excited and happy. So A is the best answer for that one. When in the poem does the bird most likely notice that the speaker is watching him? Let's go see. A bird came down the walk he did not know I saw. He bit an angleworm in halves and ate the fellow raw. And then he drank a dew from a convenient grass, and then hopped sideways to the wall to let a beetle pass. He glanced with rapid eyes that hurried all abroad. They looked like frightened bees. I thought he stirred his velvet head. So, went too fast. So, let's see. Words 1 to 2. A bird came down the walk he did not know I saw. So, he clearly said he did not know I saw. So, we know that's out. Lines 7 through 8. Let's see. If this is line 5, 6, 7, 8. And then he hopped sideways to the wall to let a beetle pass. That didn't give us any indication that he knew that the narrator was watching. Lines 9 and 10. 9 and 10. He glanced with rapid eyes that hurried all aboard. That makes sense. If he glanced, that means he quickly looked at the narrator. Let's just make sure the last one doesn't fit. Lines 17 through 18. Then oars, 16, 17, okay. Then oars divide the ocean, to silver for a scene. It has nothing to do with the bird looking. So we know that number C is the correct answer. The last question that I'm going to read today on this online reading is, what is the main idea of this poem? So A says, a bird comes down the walk, it eats a worm and drinks a dewdrop from some grass. Now, he did come down for a walk. He did eat the worm in half, I remember. Drinks a dewdrop from some grass, I believe. And then he drank a dew. Okay, so that might be correct. Let's keep looking though. A bird comes down the walk, but flies away when the speaker offers him a crumb. It said, in this line, I offered him a crumb, and he unrolled his feathers. And he rolled him softer home. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Let's check. C says a bird comes down the walk and eats crumbs out of the speaker's hand. I know for sure that's not correct because they never even talked about him eating it out of his hand. Okay, the last one says a bird comes down the walk and then swims through a puddle of water. I'm a little unsure about that one. It says an oars divide the ocean. It never even talks about him swimming in a puddle, or at least that the narrator noticed. Because it does say, and rode him softer home. So, to me that means he went home. He offered him a crumb and he flew away. So this is a hard one. I'll say it's between A and B. But A seems more about telling the story, a series of events that happen. But main idea is more of like the main message, the theme of what happened. So I think I'm going to go with B with this one. Well, that's all our time will allow today. I hope you enjoyed this online reading. Thank you.